guys, so I just finished filming the biggest haul we have ever had here on this channel. I am so excited, but we did the complete Buxom buy-in at Spa Siobhan, and we will now be retailing all the products from Buxom we can get our hands on. We carried some of their products around Christmas time just to see how it would go, and you guys, plus myself, we're beyond surprised with how amazing and incredible these products are, and things like that Boss Babe Betty palette that I have on my eyes and my Divine Goddess highlighter palette, along with all the plumping lip polishes, so quickly became my all-time favorite products. So we bought in, we have all the products, and today I'm going to share them all with you. So if you're interested to see full swatches, plus get ready with me on this look you see here, then just keep on. It's Haley from Spa Siobhan, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Love to bring you guys best in beauty retail and luxury spa services. Let's go ahead and jump into this next video. Hey you guys, so safe to say I could not contain my excitement after these products arrived yesterday, and so I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and went ahead and got started so that I could bring you this video. The reason I'm so excited is because this is hands down gonna be the biggest haul that we've ever done here on this channel, and I thought we could do it kind of get ready with me style. Mainly we're gonna play with a lot of these new and different lip colors, but some of the blush colors and different things I thought we could try as we go as well. So all I've done so far is apply foundation. I don't have any blush or highlighter on yet, and then I went ahead and did my eyes with another Buxom product that you all know very well here on this channel, which is the Boss Babe Betty palette, but I didn't apply mascara yet because we do have a new one out of this line, and I thought we could try it together. So to go ahead and get us started, the first thing I wanted to mention about foundation is I did use the brand new Bare Minerals Original Liquid Foundation. This too arrived yesterday. We got more new arrivals in yesterday alone than we've had in years at Spa Siobhan. But this is the new Bare Minerals Original Liquid Foundation. I use shade Fairly Light, which is definitely pretty true to color for me. I love this foundation, and within the next couple days I will have you guys an updated foundation routine and show you exactly how I'm using this. I think I want to start with mascara, so I'm going to bring you guys in close and we can test it out. So as you know, I always mix two mascaras. Here lately on my most recent video of my updated lash routine, which I can link right here, I have been using a combo of the Bare Minerals Serum Mascara plus which is the Strength and Length Serum Mascara, plus the Lashtopia on top. The Serum Mascara is more for like separation, and then the Lashtopia is where you get that mega volume. So for today with the new Buxom products, I have their regular Buxom Lash Mascara, and then I have the Buxom Extrovert Mascara. Now it says that the Extrovert Mascara is supposed to be volumizing and lengthening with every swipe, and it's got a unique X-shape brush. This one is also for volume, and I'm super intrigued because it's supposed to be in the color Blackest Black, so I don't know if it's gonna go on a little darker than the Bare Minerals one that I'm used to, but it's supposed to create volumized and ultra dark lashes is what it said. So I want to take a quick peek because I tried to wait on you guys before I open too much and see what each brush is gonna look like, and then decide which one we think we want to use first. This is the Volumizing Lash Mascara. Its wand is really nice and just like a big thick wand, but it doesn't have any weird edges or anything, so I think it'll be a good one to not clump but also to not hit all over the face. And then the Extrovert is honestly, it kind of reminds me of the Lash Domination from Bare Minerals, but without that more silicone brush that it has more of like a fibrous brush. So I think what I want to do is put this one down first because it looks like it's going to give better separation, and then we'll go back in with the extrovert and put it on top. There we go. And I'm just going to start to apply that as close to the root as possible. Another trick that I love to do that you guys all know about is putting just a little bit of a good black pencil eyeliner into the waterline, which I find gives extra length as well. But this is doing a really good job of not even trying to clump in the slightest. So if you're somebody that really likes a lot of separation in the lashes, I think this would definitely be a good bet. It's also giving a ton of length. I don't know about necessarily a ton of volume, but definitely some volume, but a lot of length. Okay, I'm beyond impressed with the amount of length that gave, so let's see if this one is going to give in that extra oomph of volume. One thing I found that I really loved about that first one is it did an amazing job at really separating the lashes and not trying to clump. This one isn't trying to clump, but it's definitely adding in more volume between. So I think the layered look would give you everything you would need in a mascara, which is why I like to do that, because I have very rarely found that just one does everything that you would want. But I find when you combine two together, you almost get the look of like a false lash out of it, which I have loved, and then that way I can use my natural lash and I'm not damaging from pulling a strip or having any kind of extension. So that has been my new, you guys, that is completely insane. That doesn't even look like a real lash. Those two layered together, probably the best combo I have ever seen as far as mascara goes. That is completely unreal. A peek into these Wanderlust Primer Infused blushes. It's supposed to lock in an all-day true color. It says it has a color-free base to allow it to blend and flatter different skin tones, so I guess it can change depending on that. It's supposed to be a hydrating formula with hyaluronic acid, and it's also supposed to have a luminous finish, which I like because I always try to have like more of a dewy and glowy look. So there's 3 different shades. This is what the box packaging looks like. I'm going to open them up. The one that I gravitated towards the most, like right off the bat, is this color called Seychelles. And it's just like the perfect nude. You know I love the Bare Minerals Beige for Days and the Blurred Buff. So this is like gonna be the most perfect nude color. We'll swatch each one as we go. And this one is called Goa. It's gonna be a little more bright. On my mom, who has a little bit of like a darker skin tone, I feel like this is gonna be gorgeous on her. But I also feel like I could pull this one off maybe a little closer towards fall. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but it is pretty bright. And then this one I want to experiment with some for summer, and it is called Havana, and it's just like a really fun bright pink. We've got Seychelles right here, Goa, and then we've got Havana, which actually Havana on my skin, which may be the way things are going to turn with this, is super gorgeous. So I've been pleasantly surprised. I definitely think early fall I could see myself wearing that one. And so let's go ahead and jump into it and try one of these. And we're going to try Havana first because I know myself well enough to know that within a couple weeks y'all are going to see the color Seychelles like over and over and over again. So let's dare to be different today. I'm going to be applying it with the Bare Minerals Blooming Blush Brush. And I'm just going to start and work it into the skin. The only reason you guys don't see me working with bright pinks very often is because I do have a lot of natural redness to my skin, which I do not like in the slightest, but I'm willing to try this and then put a little highlight on top and see what happens. Now I'm going to be going in with one of our other Buxom products, this Divine Goddess highlighter palette, and since I waited to put on the blush, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight. I've got a cool video coming up for you guys soon that I've already filmed and started playing with using this palette, where I even used the darkest shade as eyeshadow, and I think that's fun just when you can kind of work outside the box and use one palette for everything. I'm just putting that on the cheekbones, then a little bit on the center of the nose, Cupid's bow, and like always right above the arch of each brow, which I find just really helps if you're concerned about wanting to lift up the eye area. That's the trick. Then for months now, I've been on topping that gorgeous cream highlighter with the shade All Access out of the Buxom Boss Babe Betty palette, which is the second one in. It's just the perfect gold, and I love the multi-dimensional look I get when I layer the two. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on top. So I'm definitely super impressed with how smooth that applied. It did not take any effort to blend, and I'm interested to see if it wears better throughout the day, and I will let you guys know where it has that primer infusion. I want to mention one last product, and then we're going to get to a massive amount of lip glosses, chapsticks, and lipsticks. But we've had this product for a while, but it's also part of our Buxom collection, along with the Boss Babe Betty palette. Sometimes from time to time, you guys will see me use that Buxom Extrovert palette, and I will let you guys peek at the inside. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun as we move in towards spring, so that's also another Buxom product that we are. For my favorite, which are our lip products, I want to start with like our thinnest products and move up. I know my lips are going to absolutely hate me before this is over with, so some I will swatch on my mouth, the rest I will swatch on my hand just to spare me because there are so many colors to go over. So I want to start with their Full Power Plumping Lip Balm. I love this product. I've had one of these for a little while. We had a couple of them that we carried around Christmas time, and then I was not able to get the other two colors until they came in the buy-in. I had the shade Big O, which is like super neutral, but it goes on more of like a baby doll pink. These have the awesome like peppermint plumping feel to them of your Buxom gloss, but it's just a really nice moisturizing lip balm. I even find it works well if you're wearing like a matte lipstick and midday I start to feel like super dry right in here. You can just pop a little bit of this on top. Doesn't really change the color a lot when you're using this Big O shade, but it turns out really pretty. So I'll give that one a little swatch. The next one that I'm most excited about is going to be called Inner Glow. This one just looks like me. It's a little more nude than Big O, and I think it's going to pair really well with a lot of those like brownie red lip liners that you guys see me use to add a little extra color. Today I don't want to change the color that you guys see, so I'll keep it simple. And then there is a third color called Dolly Fever, which if you're more of a mauve person, this one's definitely going to be for you. I also think if you have a tanner skin tone, that this one would be perfect too. So I'm going to swatch the Dolly Fever onto my hand, and then I'm going to apply the Inner Glow. And like I said, these are just really moisturizing and comfortable to wear. They definitely plump. This one is pulling a little bit of pink on me, but still a good neutral, and I think these are going to be so fun for the summer, like if you're at the lake, by the pool, whatever it's going to be. That's just going to be really nice to give that extra color to the lip without being overpowering or really even having to keep up with it. So this is the shade Inner Glow, and then we have Big O and then Dolly Fever. Next, let's look at all of our plumping lip polishes, which are hands down my favorite product that Buxom makes. I have some that we've had since October. I was a matte lipstick girl, and I do still like my Bare Pro Longwear lipsticks from Bare Minerals. You guys have seen me found on the shade Spice, so I do still pull that one out from time to time. But basically since October, when we got these plumping lip polishes back in stock, that's pretty much all I wear. I just find these are the most comfortable glosses. They're not sticky, they are plumping, they give you that tingle, they smell like cake, and they are just all around wonderful. One thing I did want to mention when we were playing in the blush is they slogan to stay, like, keep your vacation glow, and they smell like the beach, so that was fun. And then these glosses typically smell like cake, tinkle like peppermint. The chapstick is more just straight peppermint, which I do love because I always gravitate towards like a minty chapstick. So like I mentioned, there's a couple shades we've had for quite some time at Spa Savon. Those I feel like you've probably seen me use on this channel. So I'm going to briefly mention them, swatch them on the hand, and then we'll come back to it. So that way you guys can at least see the swatches, and then we'll apply the newer shades. The first one I'm going to swatch for you guys is probably my all-time favorite. Before Celeste, I don't know, it's 50-50 between Celeste and this one, but that would be the shade White Russian. I've just been using this one for years before we were even able to carry this product. It's the perfect like pink nude on me. If you're fair and you haven't found like that perfect nude, White Russian's probably it. So I'm swatching that one on my hand. Then Celeste, as I mentioned, it's similar in color to White Russian. It's that perfect champagne sparkle. This one's great because you can use it as a lip topper or you can wear it alone. And I'll swatch that one on my hand. Most of my tutorials lately have involved this one, so you can check some of those out and see that color. Next is White Russian Sparkle. I do find that White Russian Sparkle to me is a little bit more of a baby pink than White Russian itself. So I'm going to put that swatch right underneath White Russian, so that way you can kind of see the difference between the two. The shade Hot Toddy. I really like this one if you're a darker peachy gal, and I especially liked it even during late fall, where you could top it with a darker lip liner and really change the way this one looks. Last one I'm going to swatch on this run is the shade Blushing Margarita, which is the perfect pale mauve. So with all of our colors up here, we have White Russian. Then you can compare that to White Russian Sparkle, and you guys can see what I mean. It's not crazy drastic, but to me the White Russian Sparkle is more pink. Then we have Celeste. If you're just looking for your lip but better with a little like shimmer to it, you definitely want to go with Celeste. This is Hot Toddy, which kind of has like that peachy vibe, and it's definitely changeable. So like a darker lip liner, you can make it more of a fall color, or for spring and summer, you could wear it on its own. And then Blushing Margarita, the perfect light mauve. For the one that we're going to swatch on the lips in this category, I want to apply Sandy, which is a new color that we have. I'll swatch it on the hand as well, just so you guys can see it. It is a really light peach. It's kind of honestly looking between Celeste and White Russian. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of this color Sandy on. So that is Sandy. Definitely pretty. I feel like if I had a good tan going on and would rub on my Loving Tan, that this would be even prettier, of like a nice neutral nude. But I definitely do like this color to add into the neutral color. We'll do some more pale pinks and some of our mauve shades. First, I want to show you guys this new lip topper, which may even end up being like a new and approved Celeste for me. It's called Dominique. It's the perfect like diamond shimmer. This is so gorgeous, and if you love like a sparkle gloss like me, this one may end up being perfect. I think this could go on top of any lip color and just give you that little extra oomph. And I got this color out of this new little set we got, and it's the Buxom Babes on the Go. You get the shade Dominique and the shade Sophia within this little kit. So in mentioning the shade Sophia, this is going to end up being a really gorgeous mauve. I'm going to swatch it, and then I want to look at some of the pre-existing mauves we had. This one's going to be a little bit on the lighter side, so it's going to have a little bit of that like pinky tone to it. So that is Sophia. It's nice and sheer. I want to swatch that next to Claire, which is another one that we've had for a little while, that's a gorgeous mauve tone that has gold glitter to it. And I really like the gold glitter in this. It kind of adds that little bit of warmth that you don't normally get out of a mauve tone. So that is Sophia and then Claire. Next, let's swatch that beside Dolly, which is kind of similar to Claire, but in my opinion, Dolly's just a little bit darker and it has silver shimmer instead of the gold shimmer, so it's more cool than warm. So if you had like blue eyes and you're looking for more of that cool tone, I feel like this one is definitely pretty. It's pretty on everybody. I just, for my skin type and tone, like this warmer shade. But that is the shade Dolly. Then we've got two more new ones. We have Pink Champagne and Kimberly, which are more of your baby pinks. Kimberly, I feel like I'm going to wear a lot because it's loaded with shimmer. I don't know if it's picking it up for you guys, but this one's definitely going to end up being super gorgeous. So let's just put a little bit of Kimberly on top of that shade Dominique. And then we will swatch Pink Champagne. So that is Kimberly on the lips. I'm definitely going to end up using that one a lot this summer. And then this is a swatch of the shade Pink Champagne. We're going to move now from browns to bright pinks and then to reds. I'm going to swatch the browns for you. This first one is the shade Serena, which is a shade that we've had for a little while, so you guys have probably seen me show this one before. It's super gorgeous. It's like the darker version of Celeste, so if you have a darker skin tone and you want more of a nude, then I think it's super comparable to Celeste, and that's a good route. The other one is going to be the shade Sugar, which I think I'm really gonna like. It's kind of like Serena with a little bit more of a mauve undertone, so it's like that perfect rosy brown with good shimmer. So I'm really loving those two. So we have Serena and then we have Sugar. The next two, I think this one is so fun. It's called Kiani, and I couldn't even wait to play in this one, so I already swatched it last night. I cheated just a little bit. But this is going to be like your perfect ultra bright, cool toned, summertime, springy pink. And so that is the shade Kiani right here. The next one is going to be the shade Rose Julep, and this one is super pretty on also, so I will swatch it beside Kiani just so you can see the difference. This one has a little bit more warmth and is a little more rosy, and then I'll apply this one for you guys too, because I've already played in this one and I love this color. So this is the shade Rose Julep. I definitely think this is really fun for summer. Kind of helps make the teeth look white too. Then I've got three red shades. The first one is called Curb Royale. It's like a deep burgundy and it doesn't have any shimmer. It's more on just that glossy matte end of things. It's kind of got a hint of plum when you swatch it on my skin tone. So that is the shade Curb Royale. Definitely beautiful, definitely dark, but not as dark as what it looks like it's gonna be when you start putting it on. This one's probably gonna end up being my favorite, but it's the shade Gabby. Similar in tone and color to Curb Royale, but loaded with the sparkles like I always love. And it's a little more on the purple side, but 100% gorgeous. So that's the shade Gabby. And then the last one we'll swatch on the hand and on the lips, which is beautiful too. I actually remember this one from back in the day when we, in the beginning for us, Bare Minerals and Buxom were like all one thing. And so we had Bare Minerals on like face stuff and shadows, and then we carried all the Buxom gloss like we will be now, which is why I feel so nostalgic and like excited to have these products. But this one is the shade Brandy. It's more of your tree red, similar to Gabby with the sparkles, but more of the red tone to it. It actually shares out a little bit more than Gabby when applied, so it's kind of in between all of the shades. Let's put a little bit of this one on. So this is the shade Gabby, and now we will wrap up all of our glosses and move on in to their lips. 8 shades of the Full Force Plumping Lipstick. These not only plump but are a super hydrating formula. I wore one around yesterday afternoon just to see, and I loved it. So that's the packaging so you guys can see. The first one I'm only going to swatch for you guys because I do not see myself wearing it, but I think it will be beautiful on the right person. And that is the shade Mover, which is just a ultra bright pink. One thing that I think is super cute, and I don't know if you guys can tell, that there's like little lipsticks imprinted all down the side of the lipstick itself. So I think that is a really cute idea. I'm just going to go ahead and swatch the shade Mover. And like I said, the gorgeous ultra bright pink. So if you're somebody that plays with pinks more than me, it's definitely gorgeous. The next one I know will end up being my personal favorite, and that is the shade Goddess. And the reason I know it's going to end up being my favorite is because it's super close to the shade Spice that I wear in that Bare Pro Longwear lipstick all the time. So that's the shade Goddess, and I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of it. So again, if you're fair, this is going to be like your perfect nude. Probably this with a little bit of Celeste on top would be the ultimate combo, and so that is the shade Goddess. The next shade is Icon, and it's basically just a darker version of Goddess. I think it's going to be really gorgeous too, especially if you're looking for something just a little deeper. And actually, that's how it looked, but now that it's on my hand, I think it's basically going to be Goddess but peachier because it's not as brown. So now I'm super interested, and I'm going to put a little bit of this one on and see what happens. So this is an unexpected surprise, but this color is gorgeous. It's like the perfect peach tone, and it's got just enough pink to not be too peach, but absolutely gorgeous with plenty of brown and like super spring. Perfect for spring. The next shade I'm going to do is Boss. I think that's going to be the next darkest, but some of this packaging has kind of been deceiving me a little bit. I think this is going to be a really gorgeous brownie nude. Ooh, but it actually has, it kind of reminds me of Nutmeg out of the Bare Pro line, which I like because this one actually is probably going to be your step up from Goddess, but have a little more pink tone. So let's go ahead and swatch it. And before I apply it, I'm trying between each one to put a little bit of foundation back over the lips so that the amount of swatches I've done and the irritation on my mouth does not change the color for you guys when you see it. So this is the shade Boss, and this one too is so pretty. These first three between Goddess, Icon, and Boss are just totally me. Like that brownie, almost orange nude with a little bit of pink. I just love those tones. And I think anybody with fair skin, it's always gorgeous, but gorgeous on anybody too. Next, I'm going to do the shade Baller, and we'll open it up and see. Oh, just kidding. We're going to move that to last because it looked like it was going to be a mauve, but it's going to be the prettiest red I might have ever seen, but I want to do it last before I mess anything up. So next, instead, actually, we're going to do Jolly Dreamer, which is going to be a really pretty mauve tone. So maybe not the best application, but definitely a gorgeous color, and this is the shade Jolly Dreamer. Next up, I'm going to do the shade Triple Threat. This looks like a more burgundy brown than Jolly Dreamer, but along the same darkness. So that's the shade Triple Threat. Let me show you guys a little better. I put my hand out kind of quick. And then I'm gonna apply. Definitely like this one. I think it's more in my tone. Jolly Dreamer was gorgeous, and I might surprise myself and wear it more than I expect. But this one has just that hint of like a brown color that I like. And definitely with the perfect lip liner underneath about fall, this would be perfection. The last one before we get to our bright red shade is going to be the shade Influencer, which is again kind of close to Triple Threat, but more red. It's fallen between the Jolly Dreamer and the Triple Threat, and that's going to be the shade Influencer. I think that's going to be super pretty on. I want to apply that with the Plump Line lip liner that we got in stock as well. I'm super excited about this product because you guys know that I always do my lip liner all the way in and fill in because it just really helps with the color as the gloss or the lipstick or the chapstick or whatever you have on wears off throughout the day. I'm a firm believer if you have that liner filled all the way in, it helps with color lasting, and I'm so excited because please look at the size of this pencil. So if you're like me and you like to fill all the way in, this is going to be the lip liner for you. It also has a lip brush on the other end, which I love. I think that's so convenient. And so it's in the shade Hush Hush. I don't remember if I said that. So I'm just going to fill all the way in with it so we can see what we think of the color of it. And then we'll put that shade Influencer on top. So this is that Hush Hush lip liner all over, which is gorgeous. Like, I would even wear this by itself, or I think this with one of those plumping chapsticks, especially that inner glow color that I told you guys I thought I was going to love, would be the perfect combo. Now we're going to put the shade Influencer on top. And out of those last three, this one is most definitely my favorite. This is like the perfect, it's a little brown, it's a little plum, it's a little mauve, it's rosy. I mean, it's in between everything and just the perfect color when you need a little bit of extra color. And I don't think it's too dark for like spring, summer. The camera's making it look a little bit darker, but in person I think it's soft enough that you could easily pull this one like all year round. And last but not least, let's look at the shade Baller, which is going to be this gorgeous red. I'm going to make a big, oh my gosh, you guys. That is like the prettiest red shade I have ever seen. So I'm going to swatch it on the lips and I'll be right back. So at this point my lips are like a complete hot mess, but that is the prettiest pinky bright red. I feel like this summer this would be the most gorgeous color to wear. So that is all of our new Buxom collection. Like I said, this is the biggest haul. Yesterday was the biggest day. We have our new liquid foundation. Then from Buxom we have, I honestly don't even know how many glosses we went through, you guys. Then we have 8 lipstick shades, 3 plumping chapsticks, the 1 lip liner, 2 new mascaras, and one thing I should have mentioned is that first mascara I applied, it also comes in waterproof, so that makes 3 new mascaras and then the 3 new blush shades. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I love Buxom products and I'm so excited to be sharing these with you guys and so excited to play with them. So you will be seeing lots more of them in the future. I will link our whole collection down below on our site if there was anything you saw that you want to check out further. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I ask that you please subscribe to the channel and I thank you all for watching. Bye.